Hi guys, welcome back to my Let's Play series. This is episode number 21, and in the last one, I utterly demolished the traffic rate in this city. It was absolutely horrendous. I went from a really nice number. I was at like 79, 81, some fun high number or something like that, and this absolutely tanked. So what we did was we tried to separate the tram line. So down here, what I did, this was the original track and all that kind of stuff, the original road. And as you guys can see, as I changed things around, things went south. And there's no, I don't understand what I did. It's just an absolute freaking mess. I mean, it's coming off the side streets. It's all blocked up. This roundabout I put in the last episode. In fact, we put in a bunch of roundabouts and did a whole bunch of adjustments in the last episode, and this just did not improve. I spent hours and hours and takes and takes and takes of different video trying to get it to work, and it just never did. And for some reason, everybody has to be in this lane. Everybody absolutely has to be in this lane, and then they have to be in the number 2 lane or whatever that one is. And it's all the way down. It's all the way down, and it travels all the way to this traffic circle, and people finally get out onto the traffic circle. But of course, there's all these people. All these people, after doing a whole bunch of improvements and changes, these people are all coming out of the area that I built up. And this was the original idea was this was supposed to be the downtown core, but it isn't. It's not how I liked it. I stated I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to keep it the way it is, but it's a mess. Let's take a look at the traffic. Okay, so right now running at 3 speed, and this is after like 2 or 3 hours of additional just letting it sit, trying to sort itself out. This is the result. This is the end result. I've tried another save game on a test map, the exact same map, where I took everything out. I got rid of this little, whatever this not downtown district is and all that kind of stuff. I put in more traffic systems, more people movers, all that kind of stuff, and nothing seemed to work. And look, it's dropping down. It's it comes and goes and all that kind of stuff. And now like it's just like this ridiculous circle. It's just this ridiculous, horrendous bad circle where everybody is trying to get in off the highway. They're all trying to get in off the highway, and they're all trying to get to here. But then they all try to get out, and it all starts over again. I don't understand why this is what it is. This is the way it is. Like, they're all trying to get out of certain districts, get on the highway, come through. And you guys can see, like, I did some like throughput underpass tunnel stuff just to see if it'll fix it and all that stuff, and it did not, of course. And then they just come back down to the traffic circle. It's like this stupid circle that just keeps going around and around and around. Look at these guys. They come off, they go through the commercial district, they go through Just Hanging's resort town, they go down the walkway, or the parking lot and all that kind of stuff. And then they get back onto the road and they go through it all over again, and they start all over. It just, I'm at a loss. I really am at a loss. I did have an idea for an improved highway approach or something. I might have to redesign my custom built interchange here, the one that I'm really proud of, but I also have an idea where I might be able to make it work. It's going to take some fiddling, and it's going to take a lot of work, but I think I can get it done. But at the same time, it looks like things might actually be improving a little bit. We might actually sit here for a little while and watch this flow, and maybe things will change, maybe things will improve. Let's give it a few minutes, guys, and we'll be back shortly. Okay, well, I watched that for a little while off camera, and that did not seem to help at all. In fact, things got even worse. We're now down to 18%. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to be doing a whole radical change, and this is what I'm going to be doing. So we're going to keep the traffic circle here. We're going to get rid of this entire throughput, this road, whatever this is a disaster. This is all going to go. And then I think what we're also going to do is we're going to do some serious changes to this little stretch of road, and the residents are going to hate me for it. And I'm okay with that. This needs to be improved. This needs to be changed. All of this needs to be redone. And the only way I can think of getting this done the right way effectively is by doing this radical update. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to save this game here, and then what we're also going to do right after, as soon as the save game is done, we're going to go into a time lapse, and we are going to take everything apart, and we're going to start rebuilding everything. But now what I'm looking at things, so I'm going to have to make a list. So I got to get rid of all the tunnels, got to get rid of all the pedestrian overpasses, all of this stuff, the tramway, all of that's going to go. This little bus loop thing, that's going to go. I got to make this corridor wide enough for the setup that I'm going to do. And I think I mentioned it in the last episode. If I do recall, I did say I was going to do like a highway setup. So we're going to do that. We're going to introduce some sort of compact interchange of some sort. Maybe get rid of this area here because really nothing's growing there. I don't even know what this stuff is. That's the schools. Okay, so we can actually get rid of this stuff here, and we can create a little bit bigger of a interchange area, which also means that the old folks home might have to move along with this park here, but we will sort this all out, and then we'll see how it all turns out. In fact, I want to fix this, guys. I don't want to really demolish anything. I got rid of some of the district stuff, but I want to be able to put it all back in and have it grow nicely. In fact, I think what my biggest problem was that I let it grow too quick. I put too much in at once, and I think that's what my problem is. So we will get this all sorted out, and we will get it fixed. Let's begin, shall we? All right, so here we go. Here's what we've done. We've done this horrendous demolition of the highway, or excuse me, of the internal thoroughfare, or the avenues, or whatever you want to call it. And we've put this together. I'm nervous. I'm really scared that this is not going to work. However, I did leave enough room in the middle so we can actually have tramways, and it's either going to be elevated or it's going to be a ground one. I'm really not sure. What we're going to have to figure out now is we're going to spend a crazy amount of time sorting out how to connect everything. And then we'll work on the other stuff. But this was the major project for today. So we're going to do this. And I don't really have a lot of time left. I actually have to meet a buddy of mine outside and do some COVID Christmas shopping. So we'll see how that works out. And it sounds like the concert's in motion. Look at that. Looks like we got a we got quite the crowd going on too here. Not bad at all. Anyway, that's going on. Parking's doing well. The park, the festival grounds are doing fantastically. All that kind of stuff. Okay, good. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot of work here. I made some notes here, and on my little book, which you guys haven't heard that before, right? I bet you could have gone the rest of your lives without hearing that ever again either. I made some notes. So as I was demolishing stuff, I made some notes. So the first thing that we got to do is obviously do the road first. Do the road with the interchanges first and get that sorted out, and then we can figure out all the other stuff. So the other stuff were going to be pedestrian pathways and bridges. I don't know how that's going to work. It's going to go over, it's going to go under, it'll weave in and out. I've got some ideas, and it's going to be involving a lot of the free hand drawing tool, that big curvy tool. Move metro station. So you guys may have seen that. I moved this metro station. I managed to install and get the metro overhaul mod to work. It didn't work for the longest time, and that might have been a question that some of you guys may have been asking, like, why don't you use the MOM? Well, it wasn't working for the longest time for me. It always broke my save game, and I don't know why. But I think what happened was that the author of the MOM mod had fixed it, had improvement, had fixed it, and there's two different kinds of highway here. I'm gonna have to look at that. Anyway, things got fixed, and it does seem to be working, which means I'm going to have to redesign my entire metro system, and I'm kind of excited for that. In fact, I'm going to get rid of this here as a reminder that I got to do that. So we're going to fix that too. So I've got that listed out. We're going to have a number of combination stations and like stop and goes and all that kind of stuff. The other idea was to make some changes to this particular train station, and I thought maybe bring it down further in and have it parallel the park before it heads over to Just Hanging's Resort Town, and maybe make some adjustments and changes there. That's not going to happen for a little while, so this will probably stay here for the foreseeable future, but it will be readjusted, it will be reimagined, and it will be rebuilt. We have the technology. And then the other thing is more parking, and the tram as well. Because, it's kind of fun. It's been there for a while. Even though I just demolished it, I could leave it out and just have it in that one little area back at like Founders Corner and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? It really doesn't serve a purpose. I mean, if this is not here, then what's the point? And in fact, I may move this as well. And this whole transit hub area will probably get readjusted. So I'm going to get back to it. I don't know how I'm going to connect everything, but I've got some really good ideas, and we will see how these really good ideas play out. I'm going to try to do my best to record it all, but this is probably going to end up being a very long episode, and I'm going to cut it back as much as possible. So I will do minuscule little updates here and there. I'll try to do my best to keep recording, and I'll chat while I'm working, okay? I'll be back. Alright guys, so we've done some work here. We didn't really do much with the interchange, but I did elevate... Oops. Hang on one sec. Yes, thank you. That was a reminder that I have to go. So we're going to finish this up here for now, and then we'll continue this when I get back later on tonight. Anyway, so I elevated the highway, and I created like a Y interchange here. It's going to need some polishing, but I'm trying to maintain as much of the original infrastructure as possible while creating my little elevated trough thing. So I've got the highway here. It's as flat and as clean as I'm going to make it, and I think it is sorely needed anyway. I added a new roundabout. In fact, I just added this roundabout here. I think I'm going to move it back down the slope a little bit to allow for these on and off ramps to connect a little bit smoother, because this is going to be a pretty fast drop to a small roundabout. So I'm going to get that done. Plus I got to also make the branches coming off from the opposite direction and get back up onto the highway this way. And then what I may also do is I may add some surface roads here as well, but I'm not really sure yet. Founders Corner is largely isolated. In fact, I think it's completely isolated right now. There's no other road connections at all. So I got to figure that out too, and that's going to be a problem, I think. I've got some ideas, but I don't think it's going to be a glorious setup. So anyway, so drove the highway up this way. There are some height tweaking that I'm going to have to do, and we'll see how that all works out. In fact, what I've also considered is turning this into a bit of a trough. Like we keep this at this height here, and then it dives into the side of the hill, and then it's basically sunken. And then I'll have to figure out how to install how to do like the retaining wall type idea with the seawall keys or something like that. I think I've got a retaining wall that's actually pretty thin and doesn't disrupt too much. But anyway, we're going to do all of that. We're going to create the interchanges all along here, but the major concern is to connect this up to this location here. And I think we're going to upgrade this roundabout a little bit into a highway piece, so it doesn't have the crosswalks and the sidewalks and stuff. And then we'll connect it up, and then we will see how it goes. I also want to do something here. I think I might change this into a larger highway, and separate it from the avenue into a highway thing. But we'll get to that when we get to that. The other consideration, and the last piece that I'm going to talk about, is I thought about continue to running this down this way, and I think that might actually be an option. Instead of connecting it up here and terminating it, I may actually just drive it along here and then just kind of have it end down this ways with another interchange or something like that. So we'll see how that works. This might turn into like a bit of a tunnel thing and just come out underneath and then pop out back over top, but we'll look at it later on in this episode, and we'll see how the big project, quote unquote, continues on. Unfortunately, I had to do some chopping here, and these houses had to go. It's unfortunate, but I will do my best to rebuild this area as well and kind of return it back to normal. And I think the trolley barns are going to take a walk as well. The trolley barns are going to move to a new location, I think, but we'll get that out of the way afterwards. We're going to get the highway set up. We're going to get the road connection set up. We're going to connect the districts all the way along. And then the last pieces, before we do any particular detail work, will be reestablishing the tram network. And then maybe we can bring it into here and have a nice little loop-de-loop type idea. So, yeah, I'm going to take off, guys. I got to get ready to go meet my buddy, and I will return with more video shortly. So you guys stay tuned. Alright, guys, we're back. Today is, actually, it's the next day. It's Saturday? Yeah, I think it's Saturday. Anyway, so I've done a whole bunch of stuff. I think you guys have seen this before, but I wanted to show this little bit. I changed this around a little just to make it a little bit cleaner, because the textures were kind of getting all finicky and stuff like that. So I figured I might as well just do like a quick intersection like this. I might play with the node controller tool and readjust these once again. But I just want to get it done and at least get it started, then I can make the adjustments afterwards. So I got a nice sweeping interchange with a whole bunch of tractor trailers going all over the place and looking all horky-borky and topsy-turvy and stuff like that. And then I started doing the big interchange. This is actually a really fun one. I'm actually quite happy with how this one looks. God knows what it's actually going to do, or how efficient it's going to be. So I guess we will see what happens. I think what I may also do is I might do another little offshoot road here, get rid of the retaining wall, get rid of this little cul-de-sac here, maybe curve it out, and then have another quick little roundabout or turn off right here. But we're going to leave it for now. We're going to worry about that later. Apparently I have to fix trees, so give me one sec, guys. I'm going to write that down. Fix trees on highway. Okay, there. Okay, so we've got that done. We've got this interchange running, or at least it's set up along with this little, with this guy here. Can I highlight him? Piss on it. So we've got this. We've got the on ramps and off ramps. So this interchange is basically done. I also did, when I was off camera, I sank it. I think it actually looks pretty darn slick when it was sunk. I'll get back to that stuff later. So I only just started putting in the overpasses to connect the neighborhoods, and then I'm going to start working on a limited number of access, like on and off ramps. Here, it was a little bit difficult because I wanted to continue on the highway, and I did continue on the highway, but I didn't want to get rid of the roundabout, so I kind of made it work the best I could. It's not the best. I'm not sure how this is going to look. So I've got, well, I'll swing around to the other side. So I've got an an off ramp connecting to the traffic circle here. This is, I bet this little area right here is going to be one heckin' of a mess, but I didn't want to connect it down here. Getting onto the highway, I did connect it down here just to keep it clean and all that kind of stuff, but I didn't want to disrupt the fun little intersection we have here for the festival zone and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so we've got it connected up, we've got it swung around just as a dead end. I do plan on running it further down, and I'm going to make another nice big interchange over here. Actually, probably a little bit closer. I'm probably going to plop it in right around here and have it kind of come around, and maybe just do like an over-under type interchange with some nice sweeping curves so people can just, you know, peel on, peel off, all that kind of stuff, and then use this one as a secondary entrance. I decided to eliminate every single transit route in the city. So I've gotten rid of all the bus stops, I've gotten rid of all the hubs and the train stations and all that kind of stuff. I've got a couple place markers down here, like you can see that I still have this particular train station right here. This is all going to change. Just Hagen's little neighborhood here is going to be reconfigured a little bit. So the train is actually going to come straight through here. I'm going to have this as a terminal stop, and then I'm going to have a couple smaller stops along the way. Probably like the bypass station. Now that I have that, the Metro Overhaul mod working, thankfully it's working. I'm gonna fiddle around with it here and have kind of like a little mini hub in the area in the middle here, and then maybe connect it up with this freight station along the way, and then get it back out. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something. Maybe I'll bring the freight station over and have it connect up with the station here, but I'm not worried about that right now. It's all about getting this particular highway in place, up and running. And what I just started doing before I hit the record button, because I forgot to hit the record button, is I just started doing some little on and off ramps to get people into the commercial districts, or into the commercial zone. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to limit access to the residential neighborhoods, but I haven't figured out how I'm going to do that just yet. So I will be back. We will see how this goes. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we have done stuff. We have done things. We have done stuff. I've spent a whole bunch of time doing all of this. I've done a little bit more detail work. I finished up this little fun interchange. There's no detail in any of this right now. I'm going to do the detailing off camera at a later time. But we did this nice little fun interchange so we can have... Oh, I think I missed a section here. Oh no, that's exactly what I wanted. Never mind. We've got the on and off ramps for residential. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade this to... I'm going to upgrade this section to the 3-laner, and then I'm going to upgrade this section to the 4-laner. There we go. And then that means I got to do some further adjusting. Oh no! I think I broke it. Oh, I totally broke it. Pooh. Okay, I'm going to have to fix that. Well, it's not great, but it'll do for now. We'll leave it like that, along with this this poor guy right here. Oh, he's gonna... Is that a he or a she? That's a she. That's a he, and they're gonna be in such... They're gonna hate me. Robert Harvey, I am so sorry. Anyway, so I put up sound barriers. I did this interchange from the last update. I have to fix the fencing in the festival zone, but we'll get back to that later. Like I said, all the detail work is going to be done at a later time. Plus all the extra stuff like the railways and all that kind of stuff, that'll all be done later. And then the last thing that I did was I made a slight adjustment. I made this on-ramp a little bit smaller just so I can accommodate a nice in and out interchange for Founders Corner, because it was basically, it really only had the one entrance, and we need a second one. I'm also going to do like an underpass overpass thing right here. In fact, I'm probably just going to do an underpass right here, and you know what, let's just do that right now because we're here, we have the time, and we have the money or something. There, we're going to do that. Excuse me. In fact, I might do one more right through here, just so our commuters can get to and from work. What I may also do, I'm going to go through it again, look at all that, all the pillars and stuff like that. So again, I'm going to get my pen. I'm going to do pillar adjustment. And yeah, so we've got the pillar adjustment. We're going to do some traffic adjustments as well. We're going to prevent trucks from going through here. And you know what? I'm going to do it now so I don't forget about it. We're going to turn big trucks off. Buses, taxis, cars, yes. Big trucks off. And we're going to do it over here as well because we don't need the trucks coming through, especially like the large commercial vehicles shipping things to and fro. We don't need any of that stuff. This should probably be upgraded to accommodate all the extra traffic, but we're going to get back to that later. So what we're going to do is we're going to, where are we going to sit? Where are we going to sit? Let's sit right here. We're going to sit right here, and then we are going to hit 3 times speed just to see how all of this traffic clears up. All right. So we will be back in just a few minutes. Okay, well, it looks like things are just starting to move. We've got a power failure issue. So the power's back. Now the traffic doesn't seem to have fixed, which is annoying. I wonder if further adjustments are going to have to be done, because everybody's forced again. So it's now completely backfired on me. We're up to 28%, 27% from 19%, and we're all backed up. We're all going back down the road, and it's all broken. Frustrating, guys. Very, very, very frustrating. Okay. I'm going to call it a day here. I'm going to do some work off camera to sort all of this garbage out, because this is a quote-unquote absolute catastrophe. And I'm going to have to bring it back and show you guys later. As always, thank you ever so much for stopping by. I know there are other content creators that do other work, better work than me, but I really do appreciate you guys coming by to check out my handiwork. If you do want to see more, please leave a comment down below, hit that thumbs up button, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, blah blah blah. This is frustrating, guys. I'm gonna cut it here, guys. Thank you guys ever so much. You guys take care. Enjoy the snow. Enjoy. I hope you guys are gearing up for Christmas. My family, unfortunately, is not. We are restricted, so it's just going to be Squeaky and I in the house, along with Notch the cat, who is being antisocial right now. So, thank you guys ever so much. Stay safe. Stay warm. Wear your mask. Sanitize everything, and have yourselves a great day. Man, what a mess.